これ言っていいのかな？2が。
差別用語ですよね。2が黒人ね。
It's largely stripped away and it's replaced with this aesthetic that these people adopt.
機会があれば黒人女性と付き合ってみたいと思いますか？
アグレッシブですもんね。アグレッシブやな。
Where you at?
Why are Japanese people having a black identity crisis?
これ言っていいのかな？ 2が。
差別用語ですよね。2が黒人ね。
よく知ってるんですね。どこから聞いたんですか？
TikTok でなんか2が。
機会があれば黒人男性と付き合ってみたいと思いますか？
どうやろう。でもめっちゃいい人やったら。
I would wonder if he's a really good person. Weirdo. Not my Asian queens. What are we doing? What's going on? What's going on? Inform
機会があれば黒人女性と付き合ってみたいと思いますか？
アグレッシブですもんね。アグレッシブやな。
They're
イメージアグレッシブ。
アグレッシブでお尻
Now I'm just playing into the stereotypes, huh? Let me sit my black ass down.
でっかい。
Yo, we gotta talk about this. Yo, we have to talk about this. You know, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Terrence Reynolds. I'm a black man living in Japan for about 10 years now. I reside in the city of Tokyo. And this video reminds me so much of the experiences that I've faced, the passive aggression and sometimes the outright racism that you feel from Japanese people who claim that they love black culture. Now, I want to give a caveat before I begin this video. I do not think that this video is an indictment on all Japanese people. Japanese people are individuals, just like us in our own home countries, but this is an indictment to people like him, this YouTuber. I believe his name is Interviewee Japan. I'm not sure of his name. This guy, he claims that he has a YouTube channel in which he interviews Japanese people to help foreigners understand Japanese by allowing them to practice their listening skills, I guess with the hopes of them listening to the N-word. Like, what was the point of this video, my guy? Like seriously, what did you expect to achieve? For you to ask people these questions implies that you know exactly what you're doing and you're influencing these people, whether they're willing participants or willing fools or not, into saying this word without truly understanding the social ramifications of it. On top of that, here's this clip of him giving all of these interviewees watermelon.
もらってください。
Yeah, that's
美味しいんで。スイカ
This
グミ。
nigga, he knows what he's doing, bro. Weirdo. Straight weirdo activity. I'm with you, brother. Let's see what's going on. This is crazy though.
もらってください。このスイカバーをもらってください。グミ。スイカを。
So yes, at the end of the video, he gave every single person who participated in this interview some watermelon. And after watching this video, it reminds me.
Why didn't you give him apple, lemon, mango? It just happened to be the one stereotyped fruit that is very frequently used to be racist against black people. Just conveniently, huh?
Of this question I've been asking myself since I saw it, which is, what does it feel like to be black in a country that consumes your culture but is indifferent to who you are as a person? Before we can possibly understand the answer to this question, we have to understand the context of consumerism and how Japanese people consume black culture.
まずは黒人に対してどういうイメージを持ってますか？
スポーツがすごい上手でかっこいい。
性格はなんか若干。
This is really one of them situations where people, and honestly it happens here in America too. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. But it honestly happens here in America too, where like people consume our culture. They love our culture. They love to, you know, honestly spend money on our culture because it's cool. I mean, what's not to like? We're athletic. You know, we have the style. Hip hop at one point was the most popular genre in the world musically for years. You know, we're very talented. And obviously there's talented people and all that stuff in every other culture as well. But honestly, let's keep a spade a spade. Black people, we set a lot of trends here in America. But it's like people love to admire and quote unquote say, yeah, it's cool, but they just take it. It's like a colonization mindset. Oh, it's so cool. Let's take that. Rather than pour into the cup and give us our flowers. And you know what I'm saying? When we think about, because for example, when I think about Japanese culture, specifically Japanese culture, I love anime, right? And it's not a matter of, oh, I'm not giving them their flowers. It's really just like, yo, I admire that. I admire that, how unique it is and how it is Japanese culture. But it also always feels like when it, like here in the United States, it's kind of like, oh yeah, that's cool. Let me grab that. And it's like, we don't get our credit. But when it comes to like anime and shit like that, it's like, oh yeah, Japanese, they get their credit. Do y'all hear what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just this weird thing where everybody loves black culture, but nobody loves, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm trying to say it without saying it, but I don't know if YouTube's gonna cook me. But like, it's like, everybody loves black culture, but nobody loves, you know? Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
野生的なワイルド
力が強い、体が大きい、パワーがある、背がでかいとか。
ノリがいい、体のリズム感覚とかもいいイメージです。
僕も運動神経がいいっていうイメージが結構あって。
音楽的なセンスがあるとか、そういう芸術的なセンス。
So when Japanese people learn about black culture, they mostly learn about blackness through hip-hop videos, NBA broadcasts, American movies, as well as American advertising, which are all filtered depictions, curated, commercialized, and ultimately designed to sell you something. When hip-hop, just like other mediums of black culture, arrive in Japan, something gets lost in translation. It's the encoding, it's the pain, it's the community. It's largely stripped away and it's replaced with this aesthetic that these people adopt. The stripped down version of what this culture truly means to its people, as well as the context. And then it gets filtered through this Japanese lens of what they perceive black people and black culture to be. And this filtering causes real harm to black people just like me who moved to Japan and have to experience this.
Because it's just like, bro, I'm just a regular dude, bro. And that's not a bad thing. You know, again, it happens here in America too, though. I'm sure it's even crazier over there, though. Because, again, they're only getting such a small, spoon-fed sample size of what it means to be black. But that's why there's a lot of honestly, I dare say it happens on black. It's like black on black bullshit here in America too, because there's kids that don't align with that. There's kids that don't align with hip hop. There's kids that don't want to play sports. They don't align with the traditional black styles. And I feel we've seen situations where you, as a black guy, you end up not feeling black enough. You don't feel black enough in your own community. So I think this is honestly a problem everywhere, bro. And I honestly have to add some more criticism on us as black people, because while I can point the finger at what everybody else is doing to us, it is within our community where sometimes we tear each other down for not being black enough, just because he or she doesn't like to dress a certain way. He or she doesn't like to listen to a certain music. He or she doesn't like to participate in a certain sport or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, luckily for me, I never really had that problem, because I've liked everything. Like, I liked the stuff that the nerds liked, but I also loved the stuff that everybody was into. So I just felt like kind of like a chameleon where, you know, I was into everything. So I never really experienced that, but, you know, I definitely have friends that have expressed that they've experienced that. And we also reacted to videos talking about that. Wait, hold on. I know you guys usually skip this part of the video, but give me 1 second. I want to put you guys on real quick on a way to make some extra money that is 100% legit, and you can do it all from your phone. TesterUp is a platform that works with games to find new users just like you to test their games out. These apps and games are willing to pay new users to get on their platform because 9 times out of 10, they genuinely actually like playing the game. And the app in return ends up making money because you're playing the game that they paid you to play. I know that sounds a little bit too good to be true, but this is why I'm breaking it down for you so you understand the business behind it and how it works. TesterUp helps put money back in your pocket that these platforms are willing to pay for new users. So if you already like playing games on your phone, click the link in the description or use the QR code on the screen. You're gonna make a free account. It's completely free to do, and you can start making $10 to $20 off of games that you already love playing. This isn't a get rich quick scheme, so it's full transparency here. here. But if you're dedicated enough and you like playing games on your phone, there's people already making hundreds of dollars as well. Again, it's completely free to try. Use the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description. Check it out and make some extra cash.
But it also has a real impact on the real half black and black Japanese citizens that live here.
My mom is Japanese and my dad is from the States.
And you went to school in Japan too, right? Because they can be strict, like no nail polish, no this, no that. Everyone needs to look like this.
Everyone needs to look like this was my issue. Because everybody don't look the same. First year in high school, the science teacher came up to me in the hallway after the bell rang and everybody else was in the hallway. So like, you trying to humiliate me, that's not gonna happen. He told me to put my hair up because my hair looked like it was done. Like it had been done, but like, I think you're missing something, sir. Like, I'm like.
So this reminds you of this kid. I believe this story happened about what? I think 3 years ago. He was a half black kid, half black, half Japanese kid, living in Hyogo, preparing for his high school graduation. And for those of you who don't know, Hyogo is a prefecture or a city. I'm not exactly sure, but it sits somewhere between Osaka, Kobe, and Kyoto, for those of you who are curious on where it falls on the map. But anyways, this half black, half Japanese kid had to participate in a segregated graduation. Yes, in the year 2022, I believe. And basically what happened is this. He felt, since he's graduating, and this is a special moment to him, just like all of us, that, hey, I want to do something to commemorate this moment. He decided to research traditional black hairstyles, and as a way to honor his father and represent for a part of his culture, he decided to show up to the graduation in cornrows. His parents, they expected the school to be accepting.
And he's a mixed kid.
Like accepting of this new hairstyle. When he got to school on the day of his graduation, they refused him. They turned him down. They told him, look, little man, you can't come here with a trendy hairstyle like this and expect—
Trendy? That's foul, bro. That's foul. That's disgusting. Trendy? What you mean trendy? One, is just a hairstyle, so let's not make it that deep. But two, I'm black. Like, what are you talking about? Trendy. Nigga, my hair is done. The fuck? That's crazy.
To walk across this stage, like, for real? This kid was rejected from his own graduation.
Would they have rejected him if he fucking went and straightened his hair and put some gel in it? Would they have rejected him then? I'd argue it'd look way more crazier. Like, come on, man. Yo, people just sometimes be inhumane with shit.
Was forced home and then had to participate in a separate graduation where he was unable to make core memories with his friends and other peers at the school because the Japanese institution did not understand what it meant to be a black kid, or at least a half black kid. They assumed that his cultural roots, this hairstyle, is just some sort of product that they see in these other Japanese kids who decide to get cornrows and twists and wear a do-rag and act like they're black. And this reminds me of an experience I had participating in the Japanese hip-hop culture here. Now, I don't really actively participate in the Japanese hip-hop culture as much as I used to. I used to go to a lot of shows, but I'm reminded of the show that I went to. I believe it was like 5 years ago. It was during COVID. Some crazy times. It was a national Japanese rap battle. Yes, a big one. A one that took place in an arena, and it had all the acts who were battling out to be the #1 battle rapper here in Japan. And it was like all sorts of names. I couldn't pronounce them or remember them to save my life at this point. But there was one that stuck out. One brave soul who decided to wake up today and name himself. And I guess it wasn't just that day because he lives by it. His name is, I quote, MC Niggly. Bro, come on.
What? MC Niggly.
Weirdo.
Whoa.
Come on, MC Niggly, like what are you doing? Like, am I tripping? Should I like pull out a Japanese dictionary? Is that like some sort of like word?
Yeah, maybe we're missing something.
Am I mistaken? That's some sort of like food that I'm not aware of, because if anything, bro, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
It's wild.
It's at best, it's a double entendre. It's a wink to what you're attempting to do. But you mix that with the fact that when you got to this arena, me and my other black friend, I mean, dog, I'm a software engineer. I'm fresh off of work. I'm showing up in Uniqlo, a button up, probably a sweater and some slacks. And then all around me are a bunch of Japanese guys dressed up in like tall tees, baggy pants, some dressing like they West Coast rappers, others dressing like they're in 90s New York. They got on bandanas, dog. They got on like do-rags and shit. They crip walking. They throwing up gang signs. And me and my black friend, we're just sitting here watching this and we're like, hey, yo, what the fuck? And of course, there's always that Japanese guy who sees us. He winks at us. He looks at us because what he really wants is validation.
Yeah, I don't know you, but I'm still your nigga, believe me.
We're just looking at this like, I'm looking at my man's like, bro, why'd you bring me here?
Yeah.
Why did you bring me here? Because he's a rapper. And I'm like, why are we here? So we watched this whole theater performance because I don't know how else to call it, because after the show was over, these guys get off the stage and they go to their booths because obviously they're selling merchandise to support themselves. And okay, you know, I respect the hustle. But then you get to some of the booths and their Japanese wives are like dressed up as the most traditional Japanese woman. Some of them are having their...
So it's so clearly cosplay. It's like, nigga, it's one thing if you just love the culture so much, you're like, this is my swag, this is how I'm moving, you know, you walking around like this. It's like, nah, man, you just dressed up like it was Halloween on some shit. That's crazy. Whoa, that's crazy. Because, I mean, I guess to say it's 100% would be a little bit too much, but you know, I'd imagine you wouldn't be having your traditional Japanese wife in the traditional button up, tied up hair button, you know what I'm saying, bowing down type of vibe. If you was all in on the black culture vibe, yeah. I see what's going on, man.
They're holding their child. Others have their babies in the stroller. And I just can't help but to think when the wife finally sees the husband after the performance being like, oh, you did so good, insert Japanese word for husband. But, you know, when you're done with this theater performance and when you come home, make sure you take off that costume because you have an interview tomorrow. You have to put on your suit. Like, what happens to that, man? Like, I thought hip hop was designed around authenticity. Why does it feel like you're putting on a costume? Why do you need a do-rag? Like, I wear a do-rag because I know my purpose is for wearing one. But why are you wearing one? You trying to get waves, bro? Is there some sort of like Japanese wave secret that I'm not aware of?
Yeah.
It blew my mind to see my culture basically mocked and like truly separated from the original core context of what this culture represents. For those of you who don't know, like hip hop culture were birthed in the 70s when they removed the musical programs from black schools, and the black kids of that generation didn't have access to the instruments that allowed their parents to make jazz music, rock music. So they had to rely on these vinyl samples, to these vinyl records, and sample them and make this new form of music that's been exported and globalized all across the world through scarcity and ingenuity. These kids were incredibly innovative, and it started off from a sense of poverty and restriction and classism that happened in America. And you mix that with the fact that, at least for me, when I listen to hip hop music, it's more than just like, oh, this rapper sounds cool. Like, these rappers, hip hop spoke to me as a kid. It helped raise me. It gave me values and insights that represented me, that spoke to the plights that I was going through. Hell, even the clothes that these guys wear, and they show off like costumes as some of these Japanese guys crip walk in front of me for validation. I wore those clothes to fit in. In my neighborhood, you had to wear certain clothes like that. If you didn't wear certain clothes like that, you would stand out. You would get branded a Poindexter, and you will become a target. You would get robbed. And it blows my mind. These guys are able just to rock this stuff, and especially throw up gang signs that got a lot of black kids killed for throwing those things up. When they threw those gang signs up, it came with real consequences. And it got me thinking, man, why is black trauma so marketable but not black excellence? Even earlier in this interviewer's video, like he gave these interviewees watermelon like it's some sort of joke, because he doesn't understand that in the 1800s, after slavery, watermelon was the first crop that black people had access to. These slaves who were unable to read, restricted, beaten, stripped down to, they were subhuman, 3/5 of humans, came up with an innovative idea. They were entrepreneurs. They took that watermelon crop and they turned that as a symbol.
Hey, I just want to give a big shout out to bro, man. He's cooking right now. This is a good ass video. I'm really locked in, bro. Keep doing your fucking thing. This is a good ass video. Y'all go make sure you show some love. I'm gonna show it at the end, but I'm gonna show it right here, smack in the middle, bro. My nigga Terrence Reynolds. Come on, man. Wow.
Of black self-sufficiency and their opportunity for freedom. And then the white newspapers at the time, they didn't like that ingenuity that black farmers had, and they rebranded it. They made it seem like black people were lazy, black people were ignorant and stupid for enjoying watermelon. And now we fast forward, we're in Japan in 2026, and this silly, goofy interviewer is trying to make a joke out of it. And it got me thinking again, what does it feel like to live in a culture, that a country that consumes your culture but is indifferent to who you are as a person? I mean, really think about that if you're a Japanese person watching this video, or even if you're a white person watching this video. I'm not saying that, hey, if you like black culture, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be careful. Yo, it's cool to admire it, man. I admire other cultures as well. I think that's what makes the world a beautiful place. We have to separate consumption of the culture with the true parts of the culture. And ultimately, for anything, we have to have respect for the people that create it. If you don't have that, you should not be consuming it. And I do not rock with anyone that play games like this. So this is my advice to Japanese people out there. I gotta be honest, some of the more authentic relationships I ever had with a Japanese person is somebody who could not name you a single Kendrick Lamar song. I think the reason why is because they're not seeing me through this cultural lens that they established, this filtering, this projection that makes me no longer a person, but a fantasy in their head. Instead, they see me as a individual who's American.
You're just another nigga. And I'd imagine that's all you could ever really want. Just it's like, hey, bro, you're not judging me. You're not judging me off of what you think I am. You judging me based off of who I show up as. And I think that's very, very important. I like that, bro. That's crazy though. Yeah, I mean, I was making a lot of parallels to shit like this happening in the US, and it still does 100%. So I'm gonna stand on that, but I couldn't imagine in 2026 how overbearing it probably is, you know, in a country like Japan, because it's a mixture of they don't know any better and they probably also don't care. You know what I mean? Like, they literally don't care. I mean, I'd imagine walking around as a black person in Japan is like fucking being a rare fucking Pokemon, goddamn legendary Pokemon. They're like, oh shit, whoa, he's black, you know? Versus at least over here in the United States, at this point in time, it's pretty normal. You know, you're seeing all different races and different colors everywhere you go. So yeah, man, definitely an eye-opening video, bro, especially as somebody like I said this last time we reacted to, bro, like I can't wait to go to Japan. That's like literally one of my lifelong bucket list goals. I have a cousin over there. I know some of you guys have heard me mention my cousin that moved to Japan, never came back, got a Japanese wife. He's locked in over there. So I already have family over there. Like, so we're going to make a big deal out of it whenever I finally make my way over. A lot of Japanese content whenever I can find my way over there. But just hearing this is like just prepping my mind. Like, okay, like there's a lot to unpack here, and a lot to like, when you're interacting with motherfuckers, you almost got to keep an eye open. It's like, is this person just fantasizing me? Is this person just, you know, interested in me because I'm black? Or is this a genuine relationship I'm building? I'm hearing.
Happens to be black, and they want to understand me, not prescribe these ideas that they already established inside of their mind. And I find myself having real relationships with those people. So if you're a Japanese person, or even like a white person, anybody else who like hip hop culture, I'm not saying don't dress in streetwear, but understand the difference between consumerism and culture. I'm not saying you can't walk up to a black dude and you think that he likes hip hop, because there is a certain swagger about anybody who likes hip hop. Feel free to walk up to that person and express your interest if it's like organic and natural, but just don't stop there. Just don't pigeonhole them to that idea, because man, like I had Japanese people who walk up to me on the street. First they start talking to me about Kendrick Lamar and Playboy Cardi and Cardi B, and then they're asking me about drugs and the different drugs that they do. Like, bro, why me? Like, why are you talking to me out of all people?
Like, nigga,
about
I don't even do drugs. Like, watch out. Fuck out my face. What are you talking about? Nigga, do you? Shit.
There's all people in this circle. You're coming to me to talk about this. I wonder why. And to my black people who are interested in Japan, maybe you have aspirations of coming here, please be careful. Know the difference between when someone is trying to make a real, genuine connection with you, have a sincere friendship, or just trying to use you as an accessory, as a token of their fantasies. You have to be able to separate the difference, because there are going to be tons of people who are going to try you like that. I've lost count of how many people who tried me like that, and you have to understand the difference. I know when we watch these videos and we see Japanese people breakdancing, rapping and stuff, we assume, hey, they love black people. And I'm sure a lot of Japanese people do, and it comes from a good place. But you have to separate the consumerism from a genuine love and understanding and a deep appreciation of what our culture is, because your presence has power, and you have to learn to be selective about who you choose to spend your time with. You see, I got a lot of flack in one of my videos. I had this video titled "Why I Never Learned Japanese." And in the video, I discuss about me only hanging out with people who understand me, and the internet interpreted that as me living inside of a bubble, because I said these days I don't really hang out with too many Japanese people. Most of my friends are foreigners, yada yada yada. You can watch the full video later. But in the video, what I was simply getting at, as a 31-year-old man, I don't want to spend time trying to hang out with people who don't understand me, but rather undermine my self-image. I've been here for 10 years. I've been through that novel experience. What would I look like hanging out with another Japanese person who likes hip hop just because he likes hip hop? Like, bro, like, is there a deeper reason for us to have a friendship?
I get it. It's really more of you just wanting to be in a place where it's like, you just want genuine connections. And when you're in a place where it's very hard to know what's genuine and what's just another opportunity to have an experience with a black guy, I would probably be thinking the same way too. You know, I think, and he said he's been living there for 10 years. So I think that perspective is completely different from even somebody that maybe just visiting in and out, who's probably just looking for a good time and doesn't really care. Now, I think we can have that conversation that, you probably should care, but that perspective is completely different when you're just somebody that's been living there for 10 years and it's like, yo, if I'm going to be having relationships here, long-term relationships, I'm going to be potentially spending the rest of my life here, I don't want to be surrounding myself with motherfuckers that are essentially just using me like a pump and dump. So I get it. I love it, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Very insightful video by that boy Terrence Reynolds, man. I think this is my second video reacting to him. So, I'd love to see that you're doing good things, man. Shout out to you. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. My name's Berto. Where you at, Berto? Join the Twitch stream so you never miss a live stream reaction. I'll see you on the next one.
Where you at, Berto?